5,
Tekin,
3,
getting set to go here with this one. We are off and underway. We'll see who jumps out front early on here in this one. A lot of close racing in qualifying. These drivers are all on incredibly fast times. Kevin Pignotti starting the #1 spot. Jumps out to the early lead right now. Pignotti in the orange and white machine. Down the backstretch he goes right now. Through that tricky chicane. Back into the center. Barnabas Toth in the #2 spot. Martin Walenka in that #3 spot. Walenka trying to close that gap up. As you can see, top 3 drivers starting to stretch it out just a little bit right now already on the field. A unique battery change going to have to be taking place in this race as well. Spices things up. Definitely not something you're used to in touring car racing. Martin Walenka down the front stretch now into the #2 spot, the blue, yellow, and white. These top 3 drivers, no strangers to the front of the pack here in VRC-Pro. And as you can see right now, Martin Walenka chasing down your leader, Kevin Pignotti. Kevin Pignotti starting out front. A lot of racing left to go for these drivers right now. Working their way back around. Martin Walenka in the blue, yellow, and white machine. Chasing down Pignotti, 0.4 of a second. Separate him right now. Barnabas Toth in that #3 spot. And you can see right now how close these drivers are in speed. Martin Walenka right now trying not to let Pignotti stretch too far out here in this one. Kevin Pignotti looked extremely fast throughout qualifying this week and has now proven that right now. Barnabas Toth in the #3 spot. He's got a battle on his hands right now, 3 and 4. As they're working their way around, things changing up just a little bit now. Toth dropping to the #4 spot. Toth in that green and white machine. Down the backstretch he goes right there. That's going to be Brendan McBain right there in front of Barnabas Toth right now. So McBain up into the #3 spot now, coming back around to the front side. Toth in the 4, Dana Bales in the 5. Onto the right-hand side, down the backstretch, they go some close racing here in Italy for this 10-scale Touring Car World Championship right now. Look at these two drivers mimicking each other's lines. Kevin Pignotti, meanwhile, out front in this one. Down the backstretch he goes onto the left-hand side of the track through that chicane. Martin Walenka not that far back from him. 0.9 of a second separate him right now. Barnabas Toth going to be 1.6 seconds back from your second-place driver. Back around to the front straight. As you can see just how fast these guys are going right now. Incredible speeds for these drivers. Pignotti making it look easy right now. The orange, white, and black machine. Back around to the front side. Once again, still a lot of racing left to go for these drivers. Martin Walenka, 0.7 of a second back right now. Walenka trying to close that gap up on him just a little bit. Brendan McBain going to be 2 seconds behind Walenka. As they come back around to the front side, top 2 drivers hanging strong right now here at the 3-minute mark. For both those drivers, basically a flawless race so far. There's Dana Bales. Dana Bales on that #4 spot right now, chasing down Brendan McBain. Onto the backside they go. Bales got company coming up behind him, and that's Barnabas Toth. Those two drivers were in the identical bodies on their car. Hard to tell them apart right now. Battle of the green machines. Barnabas Toth and Dana Bales. Dana Bales dropping back now. Barnabas Toth moving back up to the #4 spot. And there's Chris Stack. And would you look at that, Chris Stack also running the green body. The green and white body, definitely a popular choice here in the VRC-Pro touring car world. Chris Stack sitting in the #7 spot right now. There's Jorge Diaz. Down the backstretch in the orange and white. Look a little bit like our leader, Kevin Pignotti. So the orange and white and green and white bodies right now. The choice of champions. The VRC-Pro world's best. Javi Ferrando right there. Down the backstretch he goes. Also running the orange and white body. Kevin Pignotti, though, still out front in this one. Stretching out his lead just a little bit on Martin Walenka. Martin Walenka now going to be 1.9 seconds back from Kevin Pignotti. And Ferrando working his way through some traffic there. There's your leader, Kevin Pignotti. Pignotti on the right-hand side of the track. Down the backstretch he goes. 2.1 seconds now separate your leader and Martin Walenka in second. Brendan McBain still in the #3 spot, 2 seconds back from Walenka. Barnabas Toth in the 4. Dana Bales in the 5 right now. Kevin Pignotti onto the right-hand side of the track, working his way through traffic. Traffic going wide, letting him go by through the chicane there. Nice line for your leader. Your leader, at this point, I hate to jinx him, A flawless run so far. Have not yet to see a mistake out of Kevin Pignotti. Martin Walanka in that number 2 spot. Walanka onto the right-hand side of the track now. Down the backstretch he goes. Brendan McBain still in the number 3 spot. Walanka now 2.24 seconds back from your leader. So losing a little bit of time here in these past couple of laps. On the right-hand side of the track, Martin Walanka trying to close back up on Pignotti right now. Barnabas Toth in that number 4 spot. Everybody pretty spread out early on here in this one at the 5:30 mark. Not too far from now, we're going to see our battery changes. These drivers will be coming into pit lane, changing the battery, and going back out for the duration of this race. Definitely not something these drivers are used to here in the touring car world. And there's Kevin Pignotti in for his pit stop now, just as we say that. In for the battery change. Unlike a nitro fuel stop, this is not a 3 to 4 second stop. This is an extended period of time spent in the pits, which definitely can change things up, that's for sure. We'll see if anybody tries to go the entire race without a pit stop. Not impossible, but it's pretty close. We'll wait and see. Martin Walanka going to take over the lead now. Brendan McBain in that number 2 spot. Barnabas Toth moves up to 3rd. Kevin Pignotti in 4th after the battery change. Back on the track and running now. Dana Bales up into the 4th place spot. So that battery change dropped Pignotti all the way to the 8th place spot. Wow. Barnabas Toth in the 3. Dana Bales in the 4. Javi Ferrando in the 5 right now. So Martin Walanka has taken over the lead. 3.5 seconds ahead of Brendan McBain. And there you see Kevin Pignotti picking off traffic right now, trying to work his way back up through the field. Back up into that front running spots. Things should sort out just a little bit after everybody else makes their pit stops. There's Martin Walanka with the battery change. Walanka in and out. So that's going to change things up now. Martin Walanka now in the number 2 spot. Brendan McBain now going to be your leader. Barnabas Toth in the number 3 spot. I'm sorry, the 2 spot. Martin Walanka dropping back now. Dana Bales in the 3 spot. Kevin Pignotti worked his way now up into the number 5 spot. Coming up on that halfway mark here in this one. There's your leader, Brendan McBain. Brendan running the yellow and white body. Looking nice and smooth out front right now, leading this one. He's 2 seconds ahead of Barnabas Toth in the number 2 spot, who is 8.5 seconds ahead of Dana Bales. Brendan McBain has not yet made the battery change. 7:45 into this one right now. Pushing the limits of these batteries. There's Kevin Pignotti. Pignotti all the way up to 4th now. Martin Walanka following him around right now, 2.5 seconds back in 5th. These drivers all trying to work their way back up to the front of the pack after the battery change. Halfway through this one now. Brendan McBain still going to be out front. Kevin Pignotti now up at the number 3 spot. There's Brendan McBain. McBain in for the pit stop. That's going to change things up, dropping him back. Barnabas Toth now going to take over that top spot. Barnabas Toth has not yet made the battery change here in this one. Brendan McBain, the yellow and white machine, working his way around right now. Back around to the front side. Drops him back to the number 5 spot after the battery change. Barnabas Toth going to be your leader. Kevin Pignotti 2nd. Dana Bales 3rd. Martin Walanka in the number 4 spot. There is your leader, Barnabas Toth, right now. Barnabas Toth with an 8.1 second lead on Kevin Pignotti. Has not yet made the battery change. And he goes on by once again. Barnabas Toth definitely pushing his limits right now. Down the backstretch he goes. Kevin Pignotti in that number 2 spot. 7.7 seconds back from Barnabas Toth. There's Dana Bales in the number 3 spot now. Martin Walanka dropping to the 4. Brendan McBain in the number 5 spot. Bales working his way through the center section. One of many green and white touring car bodies out there on this one. Kevin Pignotti in that number 2 spot now, 7.4 seconds back from Barnabas Toth. I tell you what, Toth is going to have company coming up on him. And I got a feeling when Barnabas Toth makes his battery change stop, that's going to change things up. Pignotti should be able to take over the lead once again. Pignotti now 4.3 seconds back from Barnabas Toth. It's getting close here in this one. This race winding down right now. These drivers all so close. Through the chicane he goes. Pignotti looking flawless right now. Barnabas Toth starting the number 2 spot on the grid. He's up into the lead right now. Down the backstretch he goes with a 3.9 second lead on Pignotti in the number 2 spot. back into the center section through the chicanes. A great view right there. Look how twisty this track is for these drivers. The overhead view showing exactly these drivers' lines. Barnabas Toth down that backstretch he goes right now. Kevin Pignotti 3.4 seconds back. There's Pignotti down the backstretch now. Through the chicane onto the left-hand side. As you can see how close they cut it to those inside lines. Here comes Pignotti back around right now. 3.3 seconds back from Barnabas Toth. Toth has gotten wind. Pignotti's picking up the pace, and Toth right now trying to hold strong. Pignotti gained about a second on him there just a few laps ago, but now they're holding pretty steady. 3.3 seconds apart right now. We'll see where they cross here. 3.1 on that one. Pignotti picking up 0.2 of a second. Kevin Pignotti is on a move. 11 minutes down. Is it enough time? Barnabas Toth has not yet made the battery change. Down the front stretch he goes. He may be trying to push this one the entire race with one battery. On to the left-hand side he goes. Coming back into the center section now. 2.9 seconds separate the two drivers. 11 minutes into this one. Down the front stretch, Barnabas Toth, your leader, the green and white machine. On to the right side now. Dana Bales in the number 3 spot. Martin Walenka in the 4. Brendan McBain in the 5. Barnabas Toth looking smooth out front right now, but Kevin Pignotti, clearly the fastest driver on the track, doing his best right now to chip away at Barnabas Toth's lead. Pignotti working his way around right there. Dana Bales in the number 3 spot. There's Martin Walenka in the 4, chasing down Dana Bales. Dana in the green and white, Martin Walenka in the blue, yellow, and white. On to the right-hand side they go. That is a battle for 3rd and 4th right now. Martin Walenka started the number 3 spot on the grid. He's sitting in 4th right now, chasing down Bales. Bales looking strong in 3rd. Just I say that Walenka closes a gap up on him. Looking for that inside line. Not able to make the pass stick on that one. Coming up on that 12-minute mark. This one is winding down. Barnabas Toth has 40 laps in the book. 2.5 second lead on Kevin Pignotti. Now 2.4. Look at the battle right here. Martin Walenka trying to get the inside edge on Dana Bales. Bales holding strong right now. Walenka looking for the inside line. Down the backstretch they go. Bales stretches out just a couple car lengths. Look at Martin Walenka. Walenka back to the inside. Powers down the back straightaway. Martin Walenka now up into the number 3 spot. Oh, Dana Bales back up into it now. Down the front stretch they go. These two drivers so close on pace. There's your second place driver, Kevin Pignotti, now only 2 seconds behind Barnabas Toth. Barnabas Toth, your leader, still has yet to make a battery change. There's Martin Walenka now clearly up into the 3rd place spot. Dana Bales in the 4th. Brendan McBain in the number 5 spot. This one is winding down right now. Barnabas Toth. It is clear he is going to try and push this all the way to the end. Kevin Pignotti, 1.4 seconds back. 13 minutes down. This is going to be one of the closest races we've seen so far. Pignotti clearly laying down some of the fastest lap times, trying to close up on Barnabas Toth. Toth down the backstretch right now. And as you can see, Pignotti closing that gap up. Pignotti right now looking strong, working his way through lap traffic. Now only 1 second back from your leader. 13:30 down. Oh, little mistake there for Pignotti. Pignotti, the first mistake of the race right there, bumps that inside curb, loses traction and spins out just a little bit. That's going to give Barnabas Toth a little bit of breathing room out front in the lead here in this one. As they're coming around, crossing the line now, Pignotti drops back 2.2 seconds. Barnabas Toth taking a deep breath, hoping that battery lasts as he's working his way back into the center section right now. On to the left-hand side of the track they go through the chicane, coming back around to the front side. 14 minutes down. On to the right-hand side of the track now. Toth down that backstretch, 1.9 seconds separate 1st and 2nd. Martin Walenka 5 seconds back in 3rd. Toth looking smooth right now through the chicane. Oh, mistake right there from Barnabas Toth. This is going to be a battle for the lead now. These two drivers going to be right there together. That is a battle. On to the backside they go. Pignotti, your leader, the orange and white. Barnabas Toth drops to 2nd now. Through the chicane on the left-hand side. Into the center section they go. Pignotti back to the front now. Barnabas Toth charging as fast as he can right now. Pignotti, that was the break he needed. As this one is winding down onto the right side, you can see Kevin Pignotti putting... Oh! What a save right there for Barnabas Toth. And as you can see, Barnabas Toth pushing as hard as he can right now. Martin Walenka in the number 3 spot. There is your new leader, Kevin Pignotti. Pignotti in the orange and white. Barnabas Toth in the green and white in second right now. What a race we've had. So, Barnabas Toth slowing on the back straight. And the battery change may not have been a bad idea. Kevin Pignotti worked his way around. Barnabas Toth is dead. Barnabas Toth's car is dead in the middle of the track. He did not make the battery change, nearly made the race, but it cost him here. Wow, what a race. There you can see Barnabas Toth getting his battery change after the race. Kevin Pignotti coming all the way back to the front. Pignotti taking the win. Martin Walenka going to take that number 2 spot. Brendan McBain in the number 3 spot. And working his way around right now, finishing his final lap. Barnabas Toth taking 4th. Dana Bales will round out your top 5. Congratulations to Kevin Pignotti for the 2014 VRC 10 Scale Touring Car World Championship.